Hello everyone, I'm Leila. Today actually I'm going to talk about how we can use our visual. I will look at to create some Power BI visualization, custom visual, and also how we can create some interesting visual using ggplot2 package. So I'm going to try to cover four main things. So I'm going to show you that how we can show the data behavior using the R codes, having more charts beside the what currently Power BI has. So I'm the first part of the session, I'm going through that. In the third part of actually third and fourth part of this session, I'm going to show you how you can create your own custom visual using the our scripts, and you have to download some specific and install some specific software to have, but it's possible. I will show you, and it's really easy actually. And also I will go a very brief introduction and look at the current custom visual for machine learning and advanced analytics that we already have in Power BI store. Okay, so a bit about me. As Dan said, yeah, I used to be a data platform MVP, but now actually they asked me to actually move to the AI MVP, and I'm doing the consultant and speaking and training in Microsoft Advanced Analytics. And also I wrote a book that's a free one actually. It's collected from all of my blog posts, that is Advanced Analytics with Power BI and R. So most of the talks that I have, not all of them, some parts is actually there, so you can also access to them. Okay, so let's start. So R has been used for different purposes. R is not just for machine learning. R can be used for big data analysis, for visualization, and for different purposes. I'm going to, in this session, I'm not going to look at most about machine learning purpose of using R. I'm going to look at how we can use it as a good visualization tools. So actually, I always show these charts to my audience, but after a month, I always have to update it. So this is kind of the more updated of that. So as you see that Microsoft integrated machine learning languages like R and Python with its product. So they actually integrated first in 2014 with Azure Machine Learning, in 2015 with Power BI, in 2016 with R, with introducing R services, and then in 2017 now we have both R and Python in SQL Server 2017. However, you're also able to write R and Python inside Azure Data Lake and using the USQL to do that, or vice versa. You can manage the data lake information with R. So also I have a session later about this. That's also really interesting. So for this session, I'm just going to show you that how we can use R visually in Power BI. So so as you see here, we have a video visualization for actually four main purposes: for comparing, for showing the distribution of the data, for showing the composition and the relation of the data. Hopefully Power BI is so powerful and help us to do most of these comparison. However, there are some parts that still we don't have that much support for these couple of the charts that we have in this chart. So for example, for distribution, yes, recently we have a custom visual for histogram, but still we don't have a normal form that help us to show the distribution in normalized form. Or for example, for the comparison, as you see among the item, still we don't have the table or with the embedded chart, or two variable per item using the variable with column chart. So you see that still, even in this chart, also we need to actually work with other languages to help us to get better visualization and more comprehensive visualization for our department. Okay, so I'm first going to the looking at the data behavior that we have in data. I'm going to actually discuss some of the concepts first in R with you. Just let me create a new R script, and I'm going to, I have a data set about the used car. So it is the used cars. Hopefully I have it. Oh yeah. Okay, so I have to import it. So I have a data set about the used car. I'm going to actually get it from, load it to my computer. I don't know, maybe I close it so it's not there. So I'm going to use this one for actually to showing you some of the statistic data that we have and how we can actually use them. So this is my data set that I have. So as you see here, it has information about the year of the car that has been produced, the model of the car, price, mileage, color, and transmission. I'm going to import this data set into my RStudio, so you can see here. Then I'm going to actually look at some summary of this data set that I have. So if you look at here at the output, if I just zoom it, you see that I have some summary of my data. For example, for year, I know that that's about 2000. The minimum was 2000 and the maximum is 2012. For the price, you see that the minimum price was 3,800 and the maximum was 21. Also, I have some other information here like mean, median, first quarter, and also third quarter that can be really helpful for me. So for example, there is in the price range, we don't have that much difference between the median and mean. But for mileage, if you look at here, you see that there is lots of difference. So that means that I have some outlier in the minimum side or maximum side of my data. So I'm going to show you this information in actually in Power BI. So there are charts that help us to see that one. Okay, so I'm going to actually show you that how we can do that. So I have a code for that. I'm just copy the code and I open my Power BI. I need my data set. So again, I'm going and to actually get my data set from there. Okay, so this is the data set that I have. Okay, I'm easily import it. And now I'm going to actually use the R visual. So I think so you already see that how we can use the R visual here. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to show the R visual for the price. So you see that I'm click on the here and the environment happen here. And in the R scripts editor, I'm able to run my code. So this is the code that helped me to create a normal visualization there. So the first statement is actually has the data, actually is going to calculate the average of the price. In the second one is going to calculate the standard deviation. And the third one is actually has a formula for D norm that is going to calculate the normal behavior of my data. And the last one is actually I'm going to use for just plotting the data. Okay, so I'm going to run the code so you're able to see the result here. So this is a normal distribution data that I have. So you see that normal distribution is one of the interesting things that we have in statistics. Most of the phenomena in the world has been declared by normal distribution. So you see that most of the data is located here. And there are few of the data points that we have here. So now let me actually copy and paste this one. Just delete that one and again, make it a minimize, and I'm going to actually use it for mileage. I want to compare the mileage for the variable for mileage for this chart. So instead of the price, I said that mileage, and you can compare the behavior of the data there, and you can see that actually why there is a difference between them. So here, so you see that here there is a difference between them. So in the price, as you see that it's kind of in the peak of the chart is in middle. That means that is not skewed to the right or left, and that's why that the mean and median was the same. But look at the mileage here. As you see here, the mean and median is actually not the same. So is actually there is a difference between them, and that's why that my chart is here. And if you look at here, you see that most of the price is 50,000, but also we have the other for the mileage, that is this. So this is a very simple chart that we can create there and shows the data distribution. We have other charts that actually help us to show this one. That's one of them named box plot. So if I just write box plot, yeah, if I just write a box plot, it's actually should show me another chart that help me to show the data distribution for mileage. So as you see here, this box plot has a minimum side here, maximum side here, the median as the bold line, and also you see that there are some outlier. These outlier actually push the median to the bottom, and as you can see here again we have the same behavior. So you see that how we can actually analyze the data in a looking at the data distribution and also based on the data center using the R inside Power BI. So this is the one. I'm going now to look at the other capability of the using the R, that is using a very interesting package named ggplot2. This is one of the famous package that we have in Power BI that help us to draw different charts that we have. I'm going to show you how we can create a table charts in the embedded chart with them, and also the other interesting chart that we have. Okay, so I'm going to use another data set for this demo. Just going to get the data from the same place. It's a CSV file. The data set is again about cars. The problem is that here that is not data actually really clean, so I need to do that and then close and apply. So this data is about the cars again, but has more information about the speed of the speed in the city, the highway speed, number of cylinder that each car has, and also some other information. So this is the columns that it has. So now the type of the driver, the highway, the number of cylinder, number of city, years, model, and the other. I'm going to show you that how we can actually show this information in a single chart. So the same as before, I'm using the R graph here. I'm choosing the city, speed in city, speed in highway, number of driver, year of the car, number of cylinders. So there are 5 variables that I'm going to show. And here I need some code that helps me through that. I'm going to use 2 packages for doing that. So I use the ggplot2 package and also R-shaped2 package. These 2 packages help me to draw the picture. So the first thing that I'm going to actually use is to create an environment for my drawing. So I'm just copy the first 3 to show you what's the effect, and then I continue with the other. So if I run up this one, I get the error because of this. So what I have here, I will specify that which data set I'm going to use. So this is my data set that I have. In the data set, I'm going to say that in x-axis I want speed in city, in y-axis I want the highway speed, and I want the color, the different color shows the different number of cylinders. Because I'm not specify any charts like bar chart, scatter chart or pie chart here, you couldn't see any charts in there here. So you see that still is a empty place here, that in Y we have a speed in the highway, and in the x-axis we have a speed in city. Now I'm going actually to draw a chart. I'm going to set I want a geom point chart. That's the same as a scatter chart that we have. And look at here. I'm going to add a layer to that. So that means that I'm drawing a space, and now I'm going to draw a chart there by adding the layer to that. So if I'm just run the code, you should see a very simple chart here. If I just, so you see that is a simple chart that I have here. But and you see the color, the different color shows a different number of cylinders. So the darker means 4 cylinder, the lighter means 8 cylinder, and you can specify these 3 variables there. But still, I'm going to show more variable. It's not just about them. I'm going to add another layer for showing the year and driver by creating the kind of the charts that has the row and column. See that how is actually happen. So here I'm adding another layer named facet wrap that is going to show year regard the number of driver. So I just run the code, and you can see that instead of having one chart, I have about 6 different charts. So what is up? Is actually create me 6 different charts that in their x-axis is the speed in the city, in y-axis we have the speed in highway, the color shows the number of cylinder, but we have also kind of the row and column. So each row, I can say the first row in this example is for the car that has been produced in 1999. The second row shows me the car that has been produced in 2008. Moreover, column number 1, if you look at here, shows me the car that they have that they are 4-wheel drive. Column 2 shows me the car that they are front-wheel drive, and the rest. So you see that I actually have a table of the charts that able to show me the information here. So this is just point chart, but I can also other type of the charts here. So you see that here is a for example the box plot. So I can easily, I hope so if I'm not wrong, I can easily says I want oh, let me maybe also I'm share the file with you. So I've said that box plot. I'm going to change this one to the box plot. Box plot. Hope it work. And it should be show me. Oh, I get a error here. I should check it. Okay. So it says that based on the city. Yep, that means that one. Oh no, it's still wrong. Okay, so let me just stick with what I have. I actually showing you the one that I'm actually converted to the bar chart. So I'm just going to copy and paste that one there. And actually it should shows us the box plot there. Let me just facet wrap, just yeah, because of this one. And oh, still I get an error. Data set, yeah, that's, oh, that's okay. Actually, yeah, that's for a different data set that I have, but however you're able to actually do that, I will also share that one with you. So you see that here we have, this is for the sales amount, so you can see that I have a bar chart instead of a scatter chart and also histogram. So let's look at the other charts that we have. I'm going to import a new data set here, so I'm going to get a data for the polar chart. First, I'm going to show you that how I can easily convert the charts to a polar chart one. So I'm just going to load the data, and here I'm going to actually first draw a chart, draw a geom bar chart for you. It's a simple bar chart for you here. So I'm said that, yeah, I want this one, and this is my new data set. It has some value and group. So this chart is actually shows me the simple bar chart that we have. Now I'm going to actually convert this simple bar chart to different type of the polar chart by adding a simple function to name, that is chord polar 1. So if I'm just added this one, and I'm just going to say add. So you see that is actually, I said that I want a polar chart that based on the x-axis is going to show that. I also can specify that I want to have it based on the y-axis. So if this shows me a totally different chart here. So you see that is actually we able to draw our charts here. So that is a good about the R, because you can draw whatever you want and whatever that you want, instead of using very complex language or the other. You can use the R language there, add the layer there, and actually easily have it here. So this is about the using the R here. Okay, I'm going to show you that how you can create a custom visual to draw your chart, to have your chart and share it with others. So the problem with this one, with this editor, is that if you share it with your friends, so even they put, for example, some mistakenly put some typo like this, the charts are not going to run anymore. So that's a danger that they actually change the code suddenly, and your graph is not going to be shown. So sometimes you prefer to have a custom visual that actually is become more safe. So it's about the next parts that I'm going to show to you. So so let's see that how we can do it. So these are the example of the custom visual that I create myself. I'm going to show you that how we can to create one there. It's a good idea that actually first I'm show you some of the example that I have, and then I'm going to show you the one. So if you look at here, I have a set of and create a couple of custom visual there that actually use a specific package in R named Plotly. Plotly is a package in R that help you to have more dynamic for the aim of the zoom in and zoom out in your chart. And this package was not available till this year, that is Microsoft Data Insight Summit. They just introduced that one. So here, for example, this is a chart that I have. You see that how I'm created there, but you see that here now I have some more tooltip here that help me to look at each point, and also I have a facility to actually zoom in the chart or back it there. These are the function that we have named, we call it as a plotly. It's now available and we can create that one. Or for example, for the polar scatter chart, I created another custom visual. So you can see here, I put it polar scatter charts that actually show you, help you to show two variables. That one of them is they have difference in 100. So for example, you see that the data is between 0 to 1, and then another data is between 0 to 270. So this is different things that you can have, even the charts that I'm created here, and I show you as a facet chart there. So you're able to create your own custom visual. So let's see that how it's actually possible and how actually we can create this chart. So the first step is actually to go to the website here. I'm already downloaded, so I'm just going to show to you. Just go to the website node.javascript.org English. So just go there and just download the latest version for the Windows, so 8.07. Please download that one, and then go to the command prompt. Or first create actually a folder here. So I'm just creating one. I'll call it as a path in my C drive. Then I'm going actually inside that in the command prompt, and I'm going to start to install some of the commands there. So there is a command that is help you to install the Power BI visualization tool. So first of all, you should actually install that one. So I'm just simply, I'm going to push it here. And in the start to actually install Power BI visual tools for me in this folder, and just take a bit time, and create a folder for me after the whole that I can simply copy that one, change the R code inside there, and develop my own Power BI visualization. So just wait till it's actually installed. Okay. So this one is really helpful. Even if you go to the from the Power BI website, if you go there, you see that they generate most of the new advanced analytics charts using the actually this plotly chart. That's really actually one of the good things that we have. So you see that you can download that one as a picture, and also yeah, so it has a lots of good features. Okay, so it should me, I hope so, that is created. It's not seems okay. Now actually to be tested that is created, just write pbiviz here, and you should see something like this. That seems that is hopefully actually I have the tools, and I'm going to actually to install a sample that they provide for me for Power BI visualization new sample RHTML. So that's a one that Microsoft team provide for us. So I'm just going to simply run the code. It's going to create me a new visual and installing the packages there. Now, if I'm going back to the here, under my actually path folder, you see that there is a new folder for the sample name. It has a R scripts here and also a JSON file, but it's not complete yet. I need to add also another command to able to do that. So what I'm going to the folder that is already created. So I'm just going here and just go to the folder, and then I'm going to write the pbiviz package. So this one helped me to create a file, help me to create a pbiviz file that I can import it there. So the process is actually building visual, building the package, and package is complete. So if you go to the folder, now you should see a folder name DICT, and inside there we have a pbiviz file. This is a sample file that they provide for us. So if I'm just go here and I'm saying that I want to get from the file, if I just click on that and import it, if I just go to the folder that I'm created here, yep, here. Okay, so yeah, it's already here, and I'm able actually to see that one. That's actually a Power BI file that they provide. Is not actually the data is not coming from here. It's just for sample. So this actually data about iris is a set of the flower that you see that it has. So this is the result. But see that what we have inside it. So I'm back here. What we have here, we have a file for our scripts. So I'm just right click here, and I'm going to open it with our studio. Okay, so here you are. We have a R Studio that's actually use the ggplot, use the package plotly, and actually is the actual code that for drawing, and this is the actually the output that we have. So this is the sample that we have. So what I'm doing actually, this is the one, so I have a template. Now I'm going to show you that how I'm created the other visuals that I have, the scatter chart and the other. So let's see that how I did the process. First of all, I should go to the, I'm going to look at what I have. So I'm back to the R here. Yeah, this is the R visual. So first of all, I copied that folder and rename it to the test. So I have a test folder. You see that it has the same thing. These are actually not, I just copied them. So here, if you look at the code that I'm having RStudio, I have most of them. I didn't change them just to check that they are installed. I put the library to there, so it's not that much change. Here, you see that it is so familiar for you. This is the code that I'm already right there. So that's actually my data set. It has the values. It's get a value for the data set. Is get X for the first one, and I said that it should be city, the Y value, and also the color. Okay, and this is the charts that I have, and these are the same. The other things that I'm doing the folder is that I'm coming to this file is a pbiviz JSON. It actually has the name of the chart. So I'm going to open it with a Word here. So the only thing that I'm changing is that I'm coming and change the visual name to the test and also the GUI ID of the one. So I change that one. And then I come here, I actually again write publish it. So I'm just write this one. I go to the folder of it. I'm again create the package. I said that pbiviz package, and it has been generated. So if I come here, you see that I have a test pbiviz that I have it here. So I can simply go there, and I said that I think so I already imported, but to do it again, I'm just going to the here, our visual, to the test here, and to the this one, and just open. Yeah, because I'm already, yeah, this is the one here. So this is the test one. So it's actually I should specify here. So I'm going, you see that is the values that is get. So it's get value. So here I'm going to set that I want a new measure. I call it X. It should be get the, for example, CTY. Oh, it's my, sorry, my bad DAX code. Just let me see that what I have tried before. Just back here, I will show you through here. So it's actually, I'm going to show you through that one. So yeah, that's a, yeah. This is another one, but actually the same. So it's get a value v, w, x, y, z. So as you see that I said that I put the, actually create a column for each of them, not the measure. So for the each column I'm pass the value. So these are the value that I'm already identified in the visual there, and I'm going to pass them here. Let me check. I think so for this one I'm use the test. Yeah, here you are. So here is actually I have the city, number of cylinder and highway here, so I pass it here. Sometimes you do not want to have them in the name, so what you are going to do, you can says that in the input it says that you have X, Y, Z, W, and just change it to there. Definitely there is much better way to work with them, but this is some kind of initial process that we have. Okay, this is about the custom visual, but there are many other visualization that we have in Power BI website also. So if you go to the here to the second one, that is import from store, if you just go there and just take a time, you can go to the Power BI custom visual. We have a category for advanced analytics. So there are different one for advanced analytics. Some of the new one that they recently published, like forecast for time series for the exponential smoothing and ARIMA, they both have used the Plotly and the new way there. So I'm going to just import one of them. So this is the exponential smoothing. I needed data that I'm going to forecast. So I'm just going to the data set that I have. If you just give me some time, I'm going here on the files, the data set. And let me see that which one. Yeah, temperature should be fine. So I import the data about, oh, maybe not this one, about the weather. That should be a data about weather data. I'm going to import that one, and this weather data has a date and a value that it has. So I'm going to load the data here, and I'm going to use the forecasting tool that I now have, that Microsoft people use the Plotly package also on that. So let's see that how it actually works. So it's get a date and also get a value, and hopefully it's work. Otherwise, I will show you another visual that I'm created, but it should work. I think so. Then sometimes there is a need to change the time format to make it work, but sometimes not. So here you are. Yeah, it's not a really nice one because it's a data that I get from the sensor. I don't know, have you attended the previous data that previous actually presentation that I have for the using the Raspberry Pi and also with the Cortana. I put the sensor into the water and get the data. So it's not a seasonal data. It doesn't have, it just has some trend. So this is a data that I have, and you can see that how easily actually it shows me that. So this data is not a really good one to work with that, but actually I just want to show you that how this one works. I should apply a visual filter to just show a specific one. So it says that, yeah, 28 of 13. Maybe that is good. Yeah. So here is actually the one that we have. Let me see that if I have a better data to show the behavior of this chart. This really actually interesting one that we have, and actually you can use it for your forecasting. It has lots of option for that, and it's really good. So let's see, look at this type of the data for this visual. That's the milk production that we have. So it has date and also it has value. I'll just wait it till it's changed. It should show me better visualization, hopefully. Okay, so just wait. Yeah, the problem with this chart is that it takes a bit time to run because Plotly is a very heavy engine. But I think so sometimes it's really worth to have it. It's really interesting visual. Okay, so yeah, this is actually the better data. Is a data about this data has seasonality. So you see that you can see a trend, you see a pattern and also a trend here. And also I'm asking for forecasting the 10 seasonality there. So that's a milk production for each year. And you're able to specify that this is for year or quarter or whatever. This is really interesting chart from my point of view. There are other interesting charts that we have there. So it's not just this one that help you. There are more other that can be really helpful. So we have a time series decomposition. It doesn't have, as I know, the one. And also it's really interesting one that you can use it. So for example, for this one is again get that one, shows the how much seasonality you have, what's the trend, and the other information about your data that is in time series format. So these are the actually possibilities that we have with using the machine learning and R codes inside the Power BI. So you see that I'm created my own charts, facet charts that I'm created. I show you that actually how you can if I back to the visualization here, I show you that how you can actually create your, there are some statistics there using the normal distributions and also creating your own charts. And also you see that how we can actually create a custom visual there to show our charts here. So this is the all possibility that we have. There are some, actually I always recommend these books, so if you all want to learn more, this is actually the books that I recommend. And also there are many different books that exist for the R. You can look at the Kaggle side, you can look at the R blogger, that's a really good one. The DataCamp side, they are having lots of really interesting discussion on different projects in R and also machine learning and data visualization. Okay, I now actually have time to go through the questions. Sorry, I just want to complete everything, and then now I have time to actually go through the question. Thank you.
All right. Wow, that was amazing. I can't believe you made creating custom Power BI visuals look so easy.
Yeah.
I have never even touched it because I just figured it was so complicated, but when I was watching you, I was like, now I really want to go out and try doing it myself.
Oh,
So,
nice.
wow, thank you so much for doing that. That was outstanding.
Thank you.
Okay, so we do have a couple questions here. So when you're creating these custom visuals like you did,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of support do you have with, say, the Power BI service? Is that something you can just upload to the Power BI service and your custom visual will just be supported?
Okay, about Power BI service, actually, I think so, yeah, because currently they, if they have premium or standard account, yeah, or pro, it's possible, because as long as I know, I'm saying that I'm not 100% sure, but Microsoft Team is this use the same thing. So you see that this is the same thing that we have here. So when it's supported, this one definitely our custom visual should be also supported. Yep.
Okay, like would there be certain libraries that you would be restricted to when you're using the R then?
Yeah, exactly. There is a specific library that they support. So here, oh, let me first show you this one. So you see that here, there's a package named Plotly and HTML widget. These are the package that, for example, 6 months ago, they are not available. They just make it available recently. So yes, there is some limitation on packages that we're using, but most of the packages that is important has been covered up. There is a website that's Power BI R packages that actually they show that what sort of R packages is going to be covered there. So here you are. These are the
Oh,
packages that actually is going. So we have a rules for the uh, market basket analysis. We have different things that we have here. If I want to show you, for example, this one, Control F Plotly, Leila. This one is actually recently added. So I always keep on this one to see that what's new one they add. So yeah, for example, this one is something new again. I think so. I didn't see that one. There are some packages that they are really interesting, but they are not still available. So for example, Shiny, for example, this not there. Shiny is a package that help people to create a web report from there. So it's not still available here, and I think so not. So yeah, there's some limitation.
okay. What about, do you know about with the Power BI report server? Would some of this be supported there as well, or is that pretty similar?
Can I ask this one because I'm not sure about my answer? Can I answer that one and maybe let you know and you actually pass to them because I'm not sure
Oh,
about
yeah.
the answer if it's
Oh, not a
possible.
problem. Yep,
Sorry, thank you.
understood. And then you were talking about DataCamp. What is DataCamp a site that people could go to for educational material, or what is DataCamp?
Yeah, DataCamp is actually is a really good website for learning machine learning. I'm using that one. So this has some free accounts, so you can start learning R or Python. So you can actually easily enroll there, and that's also have lots of good information. We have another website named R Blogger. That's also really interesting one. They put even they in our blogger, even you can see sometimes the information about the R with Microsoft product. I see a lot sometimes here. Here just more R and Python, but this one also it sometimes shows this integration. And also actually try to our website that I'm trying to write these integrations there. That's about how we can use R inside Power BI, R inside Azure Data Lake, or the other. I always try to be a bit updated. And also we have another website named Kaggle. I think so everyone that works with R have named that one. That's a actually good website. They are famous for they actually competition that they provide. So they provide a data set for people, and people try to come up with the best accuracy of that. So that competition help people to come up with a better model and learn a lot. And also here, the good things about Kaggle is data set that's available. There are different data sets that you can see. Yeah, you see that. And the other information here.
I thought these are supposed to be good data sets.
Yeah, so yeah, that's one.
Oh, this is good. And that DataCamp, okay, that looks familiar. I think are you familiar with the edx.org courses?
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
So I think the EDX, yeah, I think that ties into that DataCamp because that looks familiar now.
Yeah, that's a Microsoft one. That's also a really good one. EDX, yep, that's also really good. This one, yeah, free online courses.
Yep.
And
okay, and then you're going to be out at PASS Summit, right?
Yes, I will be in PASS Summit. Yeah.
And what presentation are you doing at PASS Summit?
I don't have any presentation this year.
What? You get to go and just watch? That's great.
So actually, I will be in Secret Saturday, Oregon. I have a pre-con there.
Oh, okay, great.
That's really good. Yeah, awesome actually. And yeah, for PASS Summit, Reza has a session that he will be taught. I'm not sure which session he's going to present, but yeah, we will be in PASS Summit. Yeah.
Outstanding. And then what about your book that you wrote, that online book? Can you give us some details about what we would find in your book?
Okay, so the book is actually, let me, if I can bring the link for that. So this book is actually a online book that I'm based on my own blog post, because I'm a blogger. So I think so from in December 2016, each week I have one or more than one blog post about machine learning with Microsoft products, so not just Power BI and R. So this book is just based on the Power BI and R, and is actually not updated recently. I should update it as soon as possible, but at least it's has a lot of things on that, so you can find information about the how to use R. Let me show that one to you here, advanced analytics, so it's better to show it. So it has a different chapter on some of the algorithm. I explain some of the algorithm that we have. So what is the R? Also writing the R codes visual, some prediction like KNN algorithm, market basket analysis, some concepts, for example, for k-mean clustering, what is a k-mean clustering and how it works, what's the concepts behind of that, and what's the code that we can to write it. And I'm trying also provide some information about how we can identify the best number of the cluster and some performance issue for the each algorithm. So yeah, so it's mainly about that, and is yeah, it's a free book, so everyone can go to our website here and just easily download. Sometimes I know that get some feedback that sometimes it doesn't work, but I think so if they change the browser, and they said it works. So yeah, you can easily download it.
Great. We did have one of the attendees also mentioned Pluralsight. Pluralsight is another great site to check out for training tutorial information too. So that's good to know.
Yeah. Also Coursera. Coursera is also really good. Coursera is more academic, but it's really good for learning also some of the concepts. So yeah, that's it.
Yep, I've taken some of the John Hopkins courses. So yep,
yeah.
those are good. Okay, well, do you have any parting words of wisdom or advice or encouragement that you'd like to give the attendees before we sign off here? I want to thank you so much for presenting to our community. It was great material. Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you for listening to me, and hope I have some couple of suggestions for the future. Maybe I can present a session on data lake, so or the others.
Oh,
I will
yeah,
invite
that'd be
you,
exciting.
and yeah, see that which one if is interested. And thank you for this opportunity. Thanks so much.
Yeah, someone, oh, just before you leave, someone had one question about, you know, when you did that quick, the summary function in the R Studio?
Yes.
Is there a way you could actually display that summary information in Power BI?
Yes, actually, if I just find it, oh, I close it. So yeah, it's possible because we can draw a table in Power BI visualization. So yeah, you can actually put that. I think so in the book, I do some optimization using the R. If I just let me see that, I can find it. Let me see that if I can find it. I explained that how we can actually draw a chart or the other there, or I'm not sure. But yeah, we can actually show them as a table. Yep.
So you can put it in a table. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you taking the time to present to our community. And it was wonderful having you again. We look forward to having you back again.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks so much. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Yep, you too. Thanks so much. Have a nice night.
Thank you.
Thanks
Bye.
everyone for attending. We'll see you next time.